If you're an educator who cares deeply about your students, but feels worn down by constant disruption, this is for you. I'm Dr. Stephanie West, and I want to introduce you to the strategic classroom. If you're here, chances are you care deeply about your students. You show up, you're prepared, you build those relationships, you give second chances, and some days you go home and you're still completely exhausted. Maybe it was that one student who just pushed back all day long. Maybe it was the constant interruptions. Maybe it was the moment you felt your patience just slipping away. And then all the way home, you replayed it in your head and you're thinking, oh my gosh, could I have done something different? If only I had said this, or if only I had done this, if I just knew how to handle it. Well, I've been there. This training isn't for educators who don't care. It's for educators who care a lot and are tired of feeling like they're constantly reacting instead of leading. What I teach isn't a quick fix. It's not about becoming softer or stricter. It's about standing on a structure that works. Early in my career, I had a class that changed everything for me. I walked in confident. I thought I knew how to manage their behaviors. And within weeks, I realized I was completely overwhelmed. Escalations happened fast. What looked like defiance felt personal. I remember going home one night and telling my husband, please don't make me go back. I don't want to go back. I just knew I couldn't survive that school year. But of course, I went back because that's what we do. And that group of students pushed me to understand something I hadn't fully understood before: how brain works under stress, how trauma shows up in behavior, how what looks like defiance is often a nervous system in survival mode. I began to study regulations, neuroceptions, and what it truly meant to create a safe classroom without lowering my expectations. I learned this. When we understand what's happening beneath the behavior, everything else shifts. How many of you are tired of hearing that all you need to do is build positive relationships and everything else will be fine? Now, don't get me wrong, relationships matter. They are the foundation of what we do. They absolutely matter. But if it were that simple, you wouldn't be here searching for new tools. Relationships alone cannot prevent escalations. They don't automatically regulate a student who is overwhelmed, and they don't replace structure. You're not here because you haven't tried. You're here because you need a system. This series unfolds across four connected parts. First, we understand behavior through trauma-informed lens. Then we focus on regulating ourselves so we can lead with calm authority. Next, we teach students how to take ownership of their behavior and repair. And finally, we build engagement systems that reduce repeated disruption over time. Here's what I want you to hear clearly: you are not failing. What you're experiencing is not random. Difficult behavior is predictable. Escalation can be prevented, and calm authority can be built. This isn't about becoming someone different. It's about standing on the right structure, one that gives you clarity in hard moments, steady language when emotions rise, and systems that bring stability back to your room. By the end of this series, you won't just have ideas, you will have practical tools you can use tomorrow. Because when you have the right system behind you, you don't just manage behavior, you lead, you steady the room, then you teach. We get back to teaching, even on those hard days. That's what it's all about. So please join me and move forward into a classroom that you can love to go every single day.